Patsy, Connie, and loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are. And we're here to sit here and talk about the diddler a little bit, but we're also going to talk about a few other things. So we're going to cover our bases. All right. So the trial's been going for about an hour now, and I can catch you up on where that is, and then I'll slip in and talk about the other things that I have to talk about. So let's go over this real quick. Before the jury comes in, the judge says, "What about the witness's conflict with other romantic partners?" And the prosecution said the last one was with a colleague, not a girlfriend. Note, none of this is in the docket despite Inner City's filing and judge's orders. All right. So Shapiro says this is an impeachment. This is impeachment material, Judge. The judge says these are assaults under Rule 608B. Is that fair? Shapiro, it's not 608B. We're happy to provide the pro-offer ex parte. It's difficult to explain the fact. And the judge says ex parte pro-offer is irregular filings too. So Shapiro says, we want to put in an album art for Miss Ventura's Love a Loser video. It shows she is engaged in business independent of Mr. Combs. We're going to ask why do you need photos? The judge, I was going to ask that. Shapiro to the prosecution, is free to question the witness about them. Combs, Shapiro, it shows the witness was taking ketamine with Cassie and Mr. Combs didn't like it. Prosecution, it's inadmissible. Judge, Mr. Combs says it's whack or whack. It goes to state of mind. It is admissible. Anything more? The Judge Hughes letter? Question. And then they show the document, right? And then the judge, defense has till Monday to respond. Is Dr. Hughes' 2-day testimony about coercive control given what the second day circuit said, United States versus Larry Ray. Prosecution, yes, under the recent decision, that was the Book versus Larry Ray trial. And then prosecution said, we are looking on a different instructions before the testimony of Jane on the pseudonym issue. Judge, just hand it up if you agree, and I will read it. Does any witness, Brianna Boglan, need a Fifth Amendment immunity order? And the prosecution said yes. Paladine done. All right, and I do believe that is where we are at this. Let's see, there's got to be more than that. Okay. Prosecution, the data shows that Twitter exhibit and text to D-Rock, who says, we are the security room owner. What does Shorty say? D-Rock, Cassie is calling studios looking for you. Owner, what did she say on the other things? Acts like I said I'm not fucking with her. D, okay. Prosecution, owner asks, how is her eye? D-Rock, I told everyone. A fight broke out in the club. She ain't tripping. She ain't telling nobody. And I'm about to call you, Judge. Thank you. The government may call its next witness. Prosecution. The government calls Frank Piazza. So the witnesses is sworn in prosecution. Where do you work? Piazza. Legal, audio, and video. Okay. Prosecution. Have you testified before? Piazza. Mostly criminal matters. I've also done some civil and depositions. Prosecution. Have you been qualified as an expert? Piazza. 50 times. Prosecution. We moved to qualify Mr. Piazza as an expert. Wow. So that means that you can just go in there, right? You can just go in there and you can become an expert because the judge says you are. Isn't that something? That's just great. All right. The defense, no objection. Judge, he's an expert. So see, you just go in and say, look, I know everything about everything and I'm an expert. That is just too funny. All right, prosecution. How many times have you worked for SDNY? Piazza, 50 or 100 times. Prosecution, does that impact your testimony? Piazza, no. I do 75% defense work. Prosecution, are you being paid? What is your hourly rate? Piazza, $295. $295. Prosecution, dollars? Yes. Prosecution, you analyze cell phone videos and surveillance videos? Piazza, yes. Prosecution, let me show you. Video of a child Combs kicking Cassie on the ground is shown. Prosecution, what is the frame rate? Piazza, frame per second. It can cause a video to have more info per second. Piazza, this cell phone video of a video was a shot on an iPhone at 630 frames a second. It was not edited or tampered with, I found. Prosecution, did you reach a conclusion? Piazza, they are accurate. Prosecution, and the surveillance videos? Piazza, there's where the issue. Those were the issues. All right. Piazza, the clock was set to play 30 frames a second, but this was 22 frames, so it played faster. We had to count for that. Prosecution, how? Piazza, we counted the frames and used software to correct the timing. Prosecution, were the surveillance videos altered? Answer, no. Piazza, here's the video stream. Here, the video stream was corrupted. This caused a distortion. Prosecution, the whole file or just small pieces. Piazza, the corruption exists in the video stream. There's a structure called a GOP, a group of pictures. We have predictive frames. Piazza, you don't know this, but a static camera does not record a wall. That doesn't move each second. It is repeated. Only the moves is recorded. Thank you. Prosecution, play 55 seconds. The video showing Combs throws Cassie to the ground and kicks her. Prosecution, did you see this pixelation? Piazza, yes. Prosecution, does it represent a manipulation? Piazza, no. You can choose motion activity. The camera only turns on when there is a motion, but it causes the timestamp issues. Go back frame by frame, and I want to point out something. So it looks to me like what we're doing now is we are trying to prove that this video is altered, right? That wonderful. They're trying to say that Diddy never did that. This was all AI and that somebody altered it, which we all know is a big old joke. I don't believe one bit of that. That is insanity. All right. Let's see. Piazza. Okay, so Piazza. This seems to be a collision of two issues. Look at the male sitting down. There appears to be a ghost of a person. The motion activity begins to sense that we have motion. Now there is a full figure in the frame. That file is corrupted. Prosecution. Did you make a compilation? Piazza. Yes, your office requested it. They edited to track the movement of an individual inside the event. Prosecution. Does it have different camera angles in it? Piazza. Yes. Prosecution. How did you show the changes? Piazza. Black screen. Prosecution. Is this a compilation? Piazza. Yes. Prosecution. Play the first 30 seconds. What is it happening? The male is running down the hallway. He throws her down, now dragging her on a screen. What is that? What did the man just do? Dragging the woman holding a bag. Prosecution. How? What is the holding? What is he holding? Piazza. It appears to be a cell phone glowing. Prosecution. Let's focus on what happens in the mirror. Play it. What happened? Piazza. The male picked up a small object that appears to be a vase and threw it across the room at the woman. Prosecution. Continue playing. Who is merging now? Piazza. The female. With a duffel bag in her luggage. Prosecution. Now who? The security person. Prosecution. Now the man comes walking away holding what? Piazza. Appears to be a cell phone. He puts it to his ear. Prosecution. You find these accurate? Piazza. Yes. This was all the footage I had. Prosecution. Let's turn to the sex video PX 201 to 210. Let me verify. These are under seal. They are recovered from the Frank Black user on a device provided to the U.S. by Ms. Ventura. Prosecution. These are enhanced versions of an original video created in 2012 to 2014. Mr. Piazza, what were you asked to do with the sexual exploitative video? Piazza. Enhance the audio component. Oh, great. That's just great. Prosecution. We admitted these videos into evidence and no further questions. Judge. Break. If I can. Okay, so now they're back. Garagos. What is your understanding of the source of these surveillance videos? Piazza. The native system. Garagos. How did you come to your position? Piazza. They were extorted and transcoded. Garagos. Who gave the surveillance video to you? Piazza. The United States Attorney's Office. Garagos. Who gave it to them? I don't know. Garagos. Did you say it was for a cheap system? That it was from a cheap system? Piazza. I don't think I said that. Garagos. Let me show you your notes. 3,500. Prosecution. This is only for the witness. Judge. Yes. Garagos. So you call it cheap? Piazza. I don't know when this document was created. Garagos. But you thought the system was cheap? Piazza. In a way. Garagos. Let me play you 10C109. So that's basically where we are at this moment. And I've got news for you. Now they're trying to make the tape that they showed look fake. And I am just thinking to myself, it's just unbelievable how they're trying. I mean, really, I guess you'll do whatever you're going to do, right? You're going to do whatever you're going to do to make it look like put a hole in everything. But you know, the man is guilty as sin, and I don't know why. I guess $10 million speaks for itself that you're gonna show holes in everything to save your tail, right? It's it's crazy is what I have to say. All right. So Garagos says, oh, the prosecution says this is the only witness. The judge, yes. Garagos, so you called it cheap. Okay, so we're back to that. We called it cheap. All right. Garagos, there are 2 minutes not shown. Piazza, this is my corrected version, but there are a few issues that we have and cannot correct. The system is buffering some of that time, and some portions were motion activated. So it's pretty unbelievable. Here, let me share this with you guys so that I'm not just sitting here by myself looking at all this crazy stuff. So now we're going to try to put a hole in the video where he was kicking the snot out of Cassie, right? Yeah, let's put a hole in that. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't see how they can put a hole in all of this. I just don't. You know, I just think that they're grasping at straws. But you know, okay, so we've already talked about this, right? So I really believe that this Diddy trial is nothing but a distraction for what's really going on in the world, right? We've already talked about that because, you know, right now we got France on fire, multiple fires everywhere, and Great Britain has already said they're ready to go to war. And our world is exploding around us. I can't say that enough. Our world is exploding around us, and here we sit worrying about Diddy. I mean, yeah, it's important. Definitely. It's definitely important because we need to know exactly how crazy this man is and what he's up to. And wow, just wow. I just don't see where, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we're going to say that we're going to try to prove that the videotape is altered and that Combs never, itty bitty demon Diddy, never really kicked Cassie, and he never grabbed her by her hair, and he never dragged her down the hallway, and this was all AI generated, right? Well, this witness is proving that no, this was not AI generated. This was a true video. This is what's going on. That wasn't altered. It's just, you know, guys, I'm just sitting here thinking about all of this. And yes, Diddy's trial is important because let me tell you why his this is important. Because we don't follow this really close. The man's going to get out, and his ego's going to be inflated, and he's going to be a bigger monster than he already is. But in the other interim, we've got countries on fire and people getting ready to start war, and this will affect all of us. Now, I don't know if Diddy's thing's going to affect all of us, other than our opinion and what to do and what not to do. But this other stuff going on around the world is really scary. And I want to tell you really quick, Blumenthal and Lindsey Graham went over and did their own thing at NATO, and their bill for 2 days was $800,000 for a hotel. Wrap your brain around that. $800,000, $400,000 a piece. What kind of hotel are you staying in that costs you $400,000 for 2 days? I mean, that's insane. This is taxpayer money, guys. We're paying for Lindsey Graham and Blumenthal to go to a different country, and they paid $800,000 for 2 days for the two of them. Not a piece. They paid $400,000 a piece. That's $200,000 a day for each person. Who pays $100,000 a night for a hotel room? This is more than the Ritz-Carlton. I don't think we have an elite hotel in the United States that is that expensive, $100,000 a night. Lindsey Graham, I called him one time before, Judas, and I'll say it again. The man is out looking for himself and no other. So we need to get a grip on our spending here. And Blumenthal, well, I guess they're used to being treated with fine linen, but this, here we are looking into all of the cheating and all of the slush funds and where our government is paying people that shouldn't be paid and all of this stuff. And they're going to go get an $800,000, it's two of them, $800,000 hotel bill for their trip. Really? Wouldn't we all like to stay in a hotel that's at $200,000 a night? I mean, what are you eating, gold? This is our taxpayer money that they're going and spending like it's water. Just, oh, well, don't worry, they'll pay for it. No, I'm not paying for. I'm tired of paying for your frivolous behavior and just spending money just to spend it. Why the rest of us are struggling to pay our bills. It just irritates me. I'm sorry, I had to say that. So back to the diddler here. All right. So Garrigo says, let's again play the male coming into the elevator. Okay, see, they're trying so hard to show that this video has been altered. All right. Because, Diddy paid $50,000 to one person and $50,000 to another person who split it with another person, right? We already know that. To get rid of the videotape from the hotel. So this was supposed to be the only videotape, and Diddy had it. Well, the man that did the security went and recorded it on his iPhone. This is where the other tape came from. And now they're trying to find a hole in it. This is what they're looking for. All right. So Garrigo says, let's again play the male coming into the elevator, bank at 11:02, and then the timestamps are jumped around. And the timestamps are jumped around on the video. Cassie is being kicked on the ground. Piazza, it's consistently playing. Catch up. Garrigo's, play ahead. We're at 11:28. Girls, the woman picks up the house phone. There's some sort of cut. Can you explain? Piazza, can you back up and go frame by frame? Gary goes, sure. But is the mail separated from her? Piazza, yes. The bag drop triggered it. Gary goes, a 10 seconds difference. A 10-second difference. I mean, guys, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. You don't have a better defense than this? This is your defense that there's something wrong with the video? Well, these people get on the stand and testify that they've been beaten and everything else. I mean, wow. Wow. I think that Diddy's wasting his money here. You know, I just think it's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What we got going on here? Let's make it look like somebody altered the video. Really? Do any of you believe that? Do you? Do you believe that video was altered? I don't. I don't believe any of that. Sorry. I believe, in my own personal opinion, that the guy took the video and recorded it on his iPhone because he thought someday it was going to come in handy. And it did. And he used it. And Eddie, his angel, he couldn't even help later get a job. When he needed a job, when Eddie needed a job, where was Diddy? After Eddie risked his job, and he only made $10.50 an hour. Let's go back to that. The guy only made $10.50 an hour, and he risked his job to get rid of this tape. And when he was let go, and I'm just, in my own personal opinion, assuming that he probably lost his job when Cassie sued the hotel for $10 million. All right. So he lost his job, and Diddy told him, if you need anything, I'll be here for you. So I'll bet he lost his job, and he reached out to Diddy to see if there was any kind of security job he could do for Diddy, and Diddy never reached back out. Well, I'm going to say, that's God's way of putting his hand in, because he didn't need to be working for Diddy. God only knows what would have happened to him. So, it was actually a blessing that he didn't reach out and give him a job, in my personal opinion. And now we're going to try and put a hole, right? We're going to try and put a hole in this videotape. That's what we're going to do. I mean, I'm just in shock. All right. So Piazza said there is a 5-second offset between the two cameras. That's what you just showed. And Gargo says, okay, the female picks up the phone and the male walks away. Start again, please. Is he walking away? Piazza, yes. Play more. Gargos, did you see this translucent or ghost-like figure in the cell phone video as in the surveillance video? Piazza, the cell phone video is not high quality enough to capture it. Gargos, but it's not there. Piazza, it's not. So, I mean, this is ridiculous. Do you not have anything better, any kind of better defense than to sit here and try and put a hole in a video that everybody knows is true? This is what we're going to do, right? So what? So they can throw the video out? We already know that he beat Cassie. We already know that. Everyone has testified to that. And now we're trying to find make a hole in the video. Well, they're trying to put a hole in the video because this is the only real visual that they have as far as the hotel. But I'm sure that there's some pretty abusive things shown in those freak off tapes, correct? Yeah, I'm sure there is. While you're being stupid. I mean, you gotta laugh at this. It's a circus. It's a circus, guys. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey would have. Hey, Whoopi. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey would have never put on a better circus than this court trial has been. A flat, out and out circus. It's. And Diddy, you know, what people are failing to tell you is Diddy is like having anxiety attacks in the courtroom when all these videos are played. Well, you know, if you ever learn anything about anything, don't you learn that if a person is lying to you, they start fidgeting and they start getting all anxiety and they, you know, and if they tell the truth, of course, maybe if the truth is really bad, they'll start crying and showing an emotion. But when they're lying, they're fidgeting and they're going around, and Diddy's having anxiety attacks in there. You know, he's playing the clown in the circus. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And I guess Jane Doe is supposed to be testifying here in a little bit. And they're trying so hard to make this videotape, put holes in the videotape. Well, was this AI? Look at this shadow that was going on. Really? What? Are we doing the paranormal now? Was there a ghost in the room? Really, guys? Really? Was there a ghost in the room? And the shadow went by. It was the ghost that pulled Cassie and kicked her. I mean, guys, it's just asinine to me. It's the most asinine thing I've ever heard. How's your day going, Whoopi? Right? It was the ghost of itty bitty Diddy. Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you can't help but laugh about it, right? Because it's insanity at its best. I mean, jeez. So while we're sitting here waiting on this next wonderful video or next wonderful excerpt of a great circus trial, France is burning and Germany's ready to go to war. It was a Tootsie Roll. You're right. The itty bitty demon Diddy has a Tootsie Roll. Oh my God, really? Oh, we're worried about his member, how big his member is. Okay, so bring out the measuring tape. We got to make sure that somebody isn't over exaggerating when they said it was a Tootsie Roll. Really? Really? We're gonna go there? Oh my God. I got allergies so bad this morning, guys. I don't know what has floated into the air, the pollen or whatever. My nose is all stuffed up. I thought I was gonna take an allergy. I know, right? It's sanity at its best. It is insanity at its best. And what happened here? We got to go back to sharing what they're saying over here on this crazy thing. Got to go back to Sharon. Sharon is Karen. Like Karen Reed. Sorry, I'm in a goofy mood today, guys. Totally goofy. Totally goofy. I don't know what is going on with all of this. I mean, really, I can't share any comments because if I do, all right, this is insanity. It's like, we're going to make your life difficult this morning, Connie. It's going to be a difficult day for you. No, I don't care. Whatever. Try to give me your best shot. Right? It was the allergy meds that's affected my computer. I haven't even taken them yet, Woofy. That's insane. That's the craziest part. I show the comments, and the next thing I know, my sharing goes away. Really? What the heck is that all about? Well, so let's see if there's anything more wonderful to go over here, because now we're talking about, look, there goes. Did you see the translucent or ghost-like figure in the cell phone video, as in the surveillance video? Yeah, it was a poltergeist, and too bad it didn't catch Diddy. I mean, really, we're grasping at straws here, guys. We are just desperately grasping at straws, because Diddy is a crazy fool, and it just, what do you say? What can we say? What can we say? Other than he's a nut. It's a fruitcake, and he's trying. And that he's the one. That he's the one that's saying, "Did you see that? Did you see that ghost-like figure?" Wow. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, he's been. It's the paranormal. This is the paranormal itty bitty Diddy trial. And the ghost of Mr. Chicken has shown himself on the video. I mean, come on. What a circus. A true circus this is turned into. And maybe they'll take the charges and they'll give it to the ghost. And Diddy will say the ghost did it. I mean, this is how stupid it is. And people really think that the American people believe this? Really? Oh, I love you too, Woofy. Yeah, I mean, it's a circus. It's a total circus. And where is the clown? He's sitting over there in his beige sweater, acting like he's a mob boss. And you know what was funny is I saw the picture of him sitting there in his sweater, and he's wearing a pair of elevator shoes like Kiss wore back in the day. And I'm like, why are you wearing? I thought platforms were out. I know. If it is sad, and they do, and there are a lot of people that believe that maybe they'll believe that it was the ghost of Marvin Combs. Isn't he passed away? Maybe Marvin Combs' ghost was there, because it's crazy. There's nothing more to say. It's absolutely total insanity at its best. And at this point, I would nothing would surprise me that would come up in this trial. Nothing would surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they went and they did research on his stock options that he had, and he had all of his stock in baby oil. making his money back and getting the baby oil for free. I mean, really. And Astroglide. What is your stock options in? Oh, I have my stock options in Johnson & Johnson, because I spend a lot of money in Johnson and Johnson, and I have a few stocks in Astroglide too, because I spend a lot of money there also. So you know, insanity, insanity at its best. Whoopi, did you get your email I sent you? Just curious. Maybe the ghost of Mr. Chicken got a hold of that too. I, oh, Diddy, the diddler. I mean, is this the only video? Is this the only video? I'm paying you $100,000. Is this the only video? Well, surprise. And now they're saying there was a ghost in it. Now, do I believe in ghosts? Well, I'm sure there are probably unrested souls. Okay, that's fine. There probably are unrested souls wandering the earth. Yeah, there could be ghosts, but there's not a ghost in this video right now. Okay, there's not a ghost, and you even and the defense even bringing it up is stupid, in my opinion. In my opinion, because it is. Because it is. Yeah. It's like, ooh, there's a ghost. I just can't, I just can't get past this. Did you see this translucent or ghost-like figure in the cell phone video, as in the surveillance? And in the surveillance video, oh, and it was in the surveillance. This is becoming a horror story. Okay. This is becoming a horror story. We're going to name it. We're going to take it from the Sean Combs racketeering RICO charges case to Sean Combs and the poltergeist paranormal case. There you go. There you go. While France is on fire and Germany's arming up to blow somebody up, and Great Britain is ready to march to war, and Israel's getting ready to blow up Iran, and we're worried about ghosts being in a videotape. I mean, guys, we just can't make this stuff up. We just cannot make this stuff up. I'm really hoping that the Carmelo Anthony trial is better, because this is insanity. Just, well, if you can put doubt in the jury's minds, right? Put doubt in the jury's mind that he wasn't there alone, and yeah, it's just you just can't make this stuff up. You just can't. You just can't. People are insane, and it just keeps going over and over and over, and all right, whatever. All right, so Gergo says, Mr. Piazza, thank you so much for coming. We have no further questions for you. And the judge says, Miss Meiser, prosecution Meiser. So there are 5 minutes. They're 5 minutes off. And Piazza, my notes told me they are 5 minutes 55 seconds difference, and another offset of 5 seconds. Prosecution do these videos reliably and accurately depict what happened? Piazza, yes. Judge, you may go before the next witness at it, and then go sidebar. Oh yeah, we're gonna go have another sidebar because, they're just being ridiculous at this point. They're just being stupid. The circus continues, and the people are going peanuts, popcorn, cracker jacks, get it all, and the elephants are doing their thing because this is nothing but purely a circus right now. They're trying to make the videotape that we have all seen be AI generated or holes in it or whatever. And if there were holes in it, Diddy wouldn't have paid $100,000 for it. It wouldn't have been so imperative that he get rid of it. So there you go. There's my take on that. And now we're gonna make it look like there's paranormal. There's paranormal in this videotape with Diddy. Okay. Now, whether there is paranormal in this videotape or not is another story. We're not looking at the ghost in the background. We are looking at what Diddy was doing to Cassie, right? Were y'all looking for ghosts? I'm going to have to go back and look at the video again because I wasn't looking for a ghost. So now I guess I'll have to go back and look at the video again because I didn't see Casper, the friendly ghost, in any of the video, but I guess I'll have to rewatch it because this is a circus. Really, I don't know what else to call it. It and don't you think that Diddy, his little mind and how goofy he is, he's like the Riddler over here. Don't you think that he's telling his attorneys, okay, did you see that? Did you see that shadow? Did you see that ghost in that video? Okay, well, Diddy, do you still have your thumb drive? And let's see if it isn't exactly the same. All right. Oh no, you probably smashed it with a hammer and destroyed it. People are known for doing that kind of stuff and setting the stuff on fire and all the evidence and paying people off to get rid of fingerprints. And I mean, do we need to go on? On and on we go. It's just funny. How's everybody's day while we're sitting here waiting for our next comment? Okay, so they're at a sidebar right now. Because this is only week 3. I thought we were on week 4. No, we're only on week 3. We've got 3 more weeks of this. I mean, it's quite entertaining. I'm telling you. And he's having anxiety sitting in the courtroom, and the judge and the attorneys want to talk to him longer. Can we stay here till 10 o'clock at night and talk with him? Why? Because he doesn't want to spend any more time in his little lonely room all by himself. Oh, please give me a break. Wow. Bet Karen Reed didn't get all this attention. I'll bet you they didn't give her attorneys all this extra time to talk to her. I mean, till 10 o'clock at night. Now they're not there till 10 o'clock. The judge said, we're not spending any extra money. We're not doing that. We're not spending any extra money on having all these U.S. Marshals and everybody stay while you guys talk about nonsense. These people have a life, and Diddy doesn't control that, or does he? Or does he think he does? I don't know, guys. It's a pure circus, and it's a pure circus. This is nothing but a pure circus, and they're looking for every little hole they can find, and it's a joke. And these attorneys are going, yeah, I'm going to get $10 million and I don't care what happens to the man, just give me my cash. And he probably will pay him in cash because he's got his little cash counter over there counting up all the cash. Who has a cash counter at their house? Does anybody here have a cash counter at their house? Just curious. I mean, I don't have a cash counter because I don't have that kind of cash laying around my house that I would need a cash counter. Or I don't work with nothing but solely cash, right? So, yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke, and we're paying too much money, in my personal opinion. He's already been found, as far as I'm concerned, guilty of abuse and violence and bribery. And I mean, we can go on, but we have enough to basically convict him at this point of RICO, right? Do we need to carry on for another 3 more weeks? Well, I guess we have to be fair, right? So they need to bring their witnesses up. Maybe they'll bring that translucent figure that was from the videotape. Maybe they'll bring that ghost in as a witness that it saw it all. I saw it all. And this is what happened. And we'll just, and I'm sorry, Mr. Ghost, we can't hear your voice. So can you please write down what you saw? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm actually ashamed that we're even going this far. All right, they're at the sidebar and they're talking because, they're trying to figure out what the heck they need to do and who's going to take the stand next. And all right, so now they're back. And the prosecution says the government calls Brianna Bonglin. What else are you called? And she said, or he said, Vanna. Prosecution, what do you work in? And Bonglin said, fashion design. Prosecution, what did Mr. Combs do to you? And Bonglin said, held me over a 17th story balcony. Well, you think he got that idea from Michael Jackson? I mean, sorry, guys, that wasn't funny, but wow. He loved to put fear in people. It's sad. All right. So prosecution said, any after effects? Bonglin, night terrors. I wake up in my sleep. How sad is that? And it's so sad. Prosecution, who is this? And he shows a photo. Bonglin, it's Cassandra Ventura. Cassie, my friend. I met her in 2013 at the Young and Reckless, the streetwear company, then at the Diamond Designs. Prosecution, how would you describe Cassie's relationship with Mr. Combs? Bonglin, vital. I did not want to meet him right away. I had seen a black eye. She begged me to meet him. Prosecution, did you do design work for Mr. Combs? Bonglin, a little. All right, so let's see where this is going to. I know, right? Didn't Michael Jackson hang that one baby over a balcony one time? Remember that? But I think Michael Jackson was not doing it for the same reason Diddy was doing it. And why did he hang her over? What did she do to make him do that? There's the question. And I wish they'd hurry up and tell me because I'm sure that was the next question and we just haven't gotten it yet. Don't you think it is terrifying? It is terrifying. Can you imagine being held over a 17th floor balcony? That is terrifying. No, right? Right? We are. And the defense would like to call the paranormal shadow that was in the video to the stand, please. And Mr. Ghost, what did you see the night? Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm making so much fun of that. It just sounds so silly. You know, I just can't get over it. I need to get over it, but I can't because it just doesn't make any sense. And they hung her over, and they hung her over 17th floor. Wow. Okay. So the prosecution said, "What did you do with Cassie?" And Blanco said, "Drugs. And we'd go shopping. We'd hang out with Deontay and others." Prosecution, "What is this, a photo of you and Cassie shopping?" Blanco, "Yes. In April 2016, Puff texted Cassie, asked where she was, sent a list where we'd been." I mean, come on, guys. You really okay? So I went to Abercrombie and Nash, and I went to the Banana Republic. Oh, and I stopped by Sephora, and then I went to the Gucci store. And really, account by account of where you've been? That's ridiculous. So prosecution said, "Where did Mr. Combs live?" Longland, "I think in like Beverly Hills." Combs, Nicole Westmoreland. Objection. Speculation. Judge, ask another question. Prosecution, "Do you know the name of the street?" Belongo, "Mapleton, 200 South Mapleton." I wonder if he still lives there. I know, you know what? He probably would have dropped me too. You know, he would have probably said, "You know what? See, look at that when I show that. You know, what is with that? Oh, look, that's what it does. It puts up, puts it down. I mean, that's ridiculous. Wow. All right. So, this is what we've come to the conclusion that this witness, Bongalong, I'm going to have to come by how to say that name. It's like Bongalan, Bonalong, or whatever. Okay, so her, we have found that he has dangled her over a 17th floor. I mean, how much abuse can we go through? Are we going to go through another week of abuse? I think we're definitely going to go through another 3 or 4 days. And I think there's another one that's to testify. And you know, these people, Bongolan. All right. All right. Okay. Well, um, so Jane Doe's going to testify this afternoon, or is supposed to go on this afternoon, right, onto the witness stand. And then, or here in a minute, or however long this person is going to talk, you know, as, yeah, let's just call her Bong for short. That's what I say. So, you know, the way they've been dragging everything out, and they just keep dragging it out, right? And dragging it out. So Oh, Bong here is probably gonna be dragged out for the whole day, so we won't. I bet we don't even get to Jane Doe until 2 minutes before 3, and then they'll call it. No. Oh, Bong here is good friends with Cassie. She might be the international witness. They didn't even say. They just said, "How long are you friends with Cassie, and is this your friend, and how long have you known her?" So I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know if this is the international witness. No one has said. Let's see if we can find anything on that. Um let's see if it says anything about where Obanalong is from. I mean, that's a name that you don't hear every day, right? That's terrible. That's terrible. All right. So the prosecution said, "Had you and Cassie told Mr. Combs where you were?" And Bong said no. Prosecution said, "How did it make you feel?" And Westmoreland said, "Oh, objection." And the judge said, "Overruled." And Bong said, like, "Oh my God, he knows where we've been." Prosecution, "Where would you sleep at Cassie's?" The answer was, "On the couch or on the balcony." Well, Bong, don't sleep on the balcony if Cassie is on the 17th floor. You need to be inside and not on the balcony. All right. That's how he got to you. It's too easy. All right. So prosecution said, "Did Mr. Combs come over?" And Bong said, "Yes. He banged on the door and came in." Prosecution, "Do you know how?" "Do you know how?" Bong, "I don't know. He was upset. He threw a knife in her direction and she threw it back. He was left shifty." He was he was a left swifty. All right. And prosecution, "Were you doing drugs?" And she said, "I don't remember. Probably, who knows? You know, I don't know. Take some meds." Right? Right? I need to take some meds. Don't be sleeping. Don't be sleeping on the balcony of a 17th floor apartment when your best friend or your good friend's partner is P. Diddy. Because you know what's going to happen is he's going to dangle you over the balcony. Oh, is this? No, the Jane Doe. No, the Jane Doe is the international witness, right? I think that's what I understand. Is that right? Or is this the international witness? I don't know, but with that last name, she could definitely be an international witness because I can't even pronounce her name. So, so, what did you do with Cassie drugs? And we'd go shopping. Wow. I mean, that's just wow. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Prosecution said, "Did you call the police after he hung you over the balcony?" No, I'm sorry. "Did you call the police?" Bong said no. "Why not?" "I was scared." "Did you see injuries on Cassie?" "She showed me a FaceTime before makeup for the perfect match." Wow. What did she say? She was quiet. Well, I mean, after all of that, Okay, Jane Doe is the international, and she's not on there yet. Okay, gotcha. After all of that, guys, really seriously, talking serious now, you're scared to death, right? You're scared to death. And I just, it's sad. You'd be scared to death, and he hung you over a balcony, 17th floor balcony, and he threw knives at each other. I mean, I'd be scared to death. I'd be scared to death. And I'm sure that he threatened, don't call the cops, or they probably just knew inside themselves, don't call the cops. We better not call the cops because he might, he might do something bad to us. He might kill us. I mean, bottom line. So, would you call the cops after he left? I don't know. I think maybe I would have. But then, being Diddy, he probably was afraid. They probably were afraid to call the cops. I would think, because I think I would have been. That's kind of all up in the air. You would be questionable all the way around, right? Do we call the cops and tell him that he was over here throwing knives and he's threatened our lives and he hung me over the 17th floor balcony? Or do we just let it go and let him calm down and hope he never does it again? Because if he does, he may kill me. And then he paid off, right, Woofy? And then he paid off the LAPD. So, maybe they would have came in and said, well, we're going to take a report, and then turn around and call Diddy and say, well, I have to do this report on you being over there doing all your shenanigans and your crazy clown-like behavior. And so, and then Diddy probably said, okay, well, okay, I'll give you an extra 20,000. Don't do the report. And then he probably went over there and rattled their cage a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, that's what I see. They were scared to death. Diddy had the LAPD in his pocket. Why call? I'm sure they knew that. I'm sure they knew that he was in their back pocket. And all I can picture, I don't know what y'all are picturing here in your head, but aren't you just picturing poor Cassie as being nothing but merely a punching bag at this point? I mean, if he was mad, he would hit her. If he was sad, he would hit her. If he was bored, he would hit her. He would just hit her for whatever reason. He didn't even have to have a reason. He just hit her for no reason. He's a total monster. He's a total monster. And they don't get any worse than the diddler. And it's sad. It's really sad. And, I just don't see anything good coming out of all of this. And I don't, I really don't think he's going to be, if he's found guilty, when I went, I talked to everybody last night that I had to go to the airport and pick up my daughter, right? And I picked up my mom and I took her with me. And we were talking about it. And we were talking about how Jolene Maxwell is doing time because she was just as guilty as Mr. E, right? Right? Because she was his accomplice. So far in the trial, we have found that Diddy's accomplice is KK, right? Right? So is KK going to have her own trial? I've got all kinds of questions. Well, see, is she going to have her own trial? Are they going to bring her up on charges? Is she going to go away like Ghislaine did? There's just so many questions. after they put Diddy away, is the state going to pick it up and do KK? I mean, I don't know. It's I know she's walking the streets now, right? Or is she the one that's MIA? Because somebody's MIA, they can't find them. The attorneys can't find them. Nobody can find them. So I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting to think that, you know, it's interesting. Here we go. Here's the next one. So the prosecution said, "Did Mr. Combs provide you drugs?" And Bong said, "Yes. One was called G. I'm not an avid user. Ketamine, marijuana, and cocaine." Prosecution: "How often did you get drugs for Cassie?" Bong: "Often. Those oxy pills." Prosecution: "Did she pay you?" And Bong said, "Yes." Prosecution: "Did you get drugs for Mr. Combs?" Bong: "Yes, once. Cocaine." Prosecution: "Did you sell drugs to others?" Bong: "Yes, sometimes." Prosecution: "Did you try with Cassie to stop drugs?" Bong: "Yes. We tried to cook. But there were a lot of drugs around." Wow. Mm-mm-mm. And you know, those oxy pills was probably because she was in pain all the time. You know, she was probably in a lot of pain because, I mean, look at her face. And then he kicked her in the side and kicked her in the back and kicked her everywhere he could kick her. And she was probably sore all the time. And then had 4 day, not 4 hour, not 4 minute, not 4 second, but 4 day freak offs. You know, her body was just, well, and then she had to do an IV because it was dehydrated. I mean, gosh, look at all of this. I feel so sorry for Cassie. I feel really sorry for Cassie. And you know, with all the drugs that she did to be able to get through it, right? She did all of these drugs to get through it. And now Bong is on the stand testifying to all the drugs that she did to get through it. And I'm sure that the oxy was because her body was just, it was broken between Diddy beating her up and doing freak offs. How much can a body take? And then she did her IVs because she was dehydrated. I mean, guys, you wouldn't even treat an animal like this. This is horrific. And Diddy needs to, I think, turn around his fair games. I think people just need to beat the brakes off of him every day and then perform freak offs on him for 4 straight days, you know, pull a train on him, let every prisoner go in and do their thing, and then beat the brakes off of him again for another couple days. I mean, could he make it? Could he handle it? Does he have enough? I don't think so. I don't think he could handle it himself. He was narcissistic monster bully demon. I mean, that's the worst thing you can, I don't know what else you can call him. He's a pure demon sent from hell. Sorry. And I will say it right now, I think that Jeffrey Epstein was a demon also sent straight from hell. And I really don't believe in my heart of hearts that Jeffrey Epstein unalived himself. In fact, I don't believe that Jeffrey Epstein is unalived. I think he's still alive and well and living over there on St. James Island. And I don't think, because why would you guard this island? I mean, there are guards that are guarding this island right now. Why? Why? They've already, I mean, the feds have already been in there. They've already checked it out. Nothing's going on. But there's activity on the island. Come on, guys. Come on. I just think that I think that the cook that ended up missing from the prison that was the same stature and silver hair was Epstein. Was not, was the one they produced and said was Epstein. And I think Epstein is still alive. But that's my own personal opinion and another conspiracy theory, right? But now, Diddy, if he goes to jail, a little off topic, but do you think Diddy dabbled in selling? Oh, absolutely, Woofy. No doubt in my mind that he trafficked small children. No doubt in my mind. And you know who? Okay, so this is another, in my own personal opinion, conspiracy theory. Um, I think that his little helper, mommy's little helper, I think his little helper in that was Oprah. And I think that's going to come to the light too. I really do. But that's my opinion. And allegedly, kids have ended up missing out of the Oprah school in South Africa. So none of it's holding water. And I'm sure that Diddy did. Maybe that'll be in one of these court hearings. We'll hear that. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. And that will bring a lot of other people to the light that are probably not getting immunity. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke and a lot of fire all over a lot of people. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. So Oprah is the only one that has not left the country yet, right? I don't know how y'all see Oprah, but I kind of have her as being kind of a narcissistic personality also. I don't know if you follow me here, but I kind of see her as being that she feels like she's above the law too. Um, so she didn't leave the country, but Ellen DeGenerate, and I mean degenerate, she left the country and moved to England. And don't tell me that the reason she moved was because Trump became president. I don't believe one bit of that. Because why didn't she move the last time he was president? No, no, no. There's a lot of smoke around that woman. A lot of smoke. And there's a lot of smoke around Rosie O'Donnell, too. What's that all about? I mean, and there's conspiracy theories that one of the Supreme Court judges, Epstein, provided his children for him. He didn't have to adopt it. Well, he gave them their name, changed their name to his last name, but that Epstein provided his two children. And this was the reason that Epstein kind of held it over his head. You do this, and I will, if you don't do this, I will take your children, or I will tell them that these are really not your children, kind of the whole blackmail thing. So, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of smoke around all of this. And Woofy, did you hear? I don't know if you heard, but did you hear that Lindsey Graham and Blumenthal went over and was speaking at NATO, and they said that they thought it was Zelensky that had sent those drones over to the planes in Russia, but come to find out it was really NATO, and they were there 2 days, right? Blumenthal and crazy Judas Graham was over there for 2 days with him, and the hotel bill between the two of them, was billed to the United States, and it was $800,000. Wrap your brain around that. $800,000 to stay for 2 days. $200,000 a night for each one of them. Were they staying in the palace? I mean, come on. That's insane. And I'm not paying as a taxpayer for them to fly all over everywhere and live like kings. I mean, that's ridiculous. At $200,000 a night, those rooms should be AI generated, and they shouldn't have to do a thing, lift a finger to do a thing for themselves. I mean, and then that's overcharging. It's insane. So, like I said, while this is all going on and we're all looking into old Diddy here, our Congress people are going around spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on rooms. It's insane. It's insane. I don't know. Here, look over here. This is the thing I'm getting. Here, look at this. Look at this hand. Well, I'm doing all of this stuff over here. It's like, Diddy, you're not that important to me. I'm going to check out and look around and see what everything that's going on. I'll follow you and see what kind of craziness and what kind of circus you're performing now again. But absolutely no way am I going to lose track on what the other stuff that's going on. It's insanity at its best. And look at this escalator going into the courthouse. We get a good picture of the escalator. And so we have all, and Tom Hanks, that's another one. Let's talk about Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks moved to Greece and gave up his national born citizenship to the United States to become a Greek citizen. Why? Him and his wife. Why? Tell me there's not smoke all over that one too. These people they think that the American public is stupid, and we're not. We're not stupid, and we can see what's going on here. And it's evident what's going on. So, let me see if we have anything else here. Do we have anything else? No, we don't. We don't have anything else about anything else. Here we go. Okay, so here's the next one. Did you tell the government about this threat in your first meeting? Bong said no. Prosecution, why? And then Westmoreland, objection, and judge said sustained. We could break here. So judge, break. I figured the lunch was coming up anytime now. I knew it was coming up. So now they're at lunch. Everybody's going to lunch. And actually the real truth is everybody that's in there, the YouTubers that are in there are running outside right now to tell you everything that's going on in the crazy stuff that happened and how Diddy was falling all over the floor having a mental breakdown. No, he wasn't. But 4 YouTubers are in big trouble for giving out the name of Mia's real name. And that, why would you do that to a victim? There's just no reason for that. No reason for that. She made the comment that she was planning on taking it to the grave with her. And instead she testified and they put her name out there. whatever buys, right? Whatever sells. It's sad because I'm not into selling that much. Not that kind of thing. Not when it hurts somebody like that. And it did. It's just insane, guys. Totally insane. We're living a world of unsurety, and we've got wars and rumors of wars going all around us. And we've got Diddy, Barnum and Bailey and his circus right here going. And Diddy's the clown driving around in his little clown car, shooting off his little clown uh, gun. Just sick. Just sick. And it just makes me feel so good about our society right now. I am so proud of everybody. Oh my God, make me vomit. All right, guys, it's been an hour and a half, and that's about what I do every morning so I can make fun of the diddler and his little clown circus. If anything really big comes on this afternoon, I may pop on and we'll go over it together. Right now, I have to go in and prepare some orders for my son to pick up this afternoon. Wilhelmina Wonka's got to get her candy out. So, y'all have a good rest of your day. There's a light at the end of this tunnel, and God wants us to love each other, and God wants us to be, we need to be more of a person and more of a human being and more what God wants than Diddy and his 3-ring circus here. There's a lot of things going on, and keep in prayer, because there's a lot of prayers that need to be answered out there. God answers unanswered prayers all the time, and we need to pray for these people. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to say a prayer for my friend Sammy. I don't need to go into it. I don't want to go into it. Just say a prayer. Okay? Just say a prayer for him. All right. I love you all. You guys have a great rest of your day unless anything comes up. And if it does, I'll pop back on. If not, I will see you in the morning. Same time, same place. What they used to say, same time, same place, monkey face. All right. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye.
From shade